Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how I made this beautiful teddy bear themed cake. This seriously has been one of my favorite cakes to make. I got my inspo from Pinterest. I'll try to link it down below for you guys, but let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start off by making the baby cubes. The cubes are made of fondant, and I did make these like a day or two before so they could harden. If you guys would like a more detailed video on how I made these cubes, let me know. But pretty much it was just fondant, and then once that hardened, I added this little blue square on top of it. Now for the letters, these are the stamps that I used. I got these on Amazon. I'll link them for you guys. So you just press it on the fondant, and then we're gonna put it on top of our cube. Before I add the letters, I'm gonna be adding a border on the cubes, and this is just white fondant strips. We're gonna glue everything together with a little bit of water. To add the border, I just add fondant to the top and the bottom, and then I'll do the sides. It's really important, guys, that you have your details made days before you have your cake, so everything has time to harden, and so you're not stressing at the last moment, because it has happened to me where I'm like, okay, this looks easy, and I just wait till the night before, and it's just so much work. Right here, I'm just sharpening the edges, and then I'm adding the small letter on the cube with a little bit of water. So this is how they turned out. They were so cute, and now you can put those aside to dry. Right here, I'm just cutting the clouds and some stars. These are gonna be the details that are gonna go around the cake. Like I said, it's very important that we have all these details made before, and I'll be linking everything for you guys down below. Now we're gonna set all the details aside so they can harden. Okay, now guys, for the topper, it was pretty hard, so I'm just gonna show you guys kind of what I did. I don't have as much footage because it was just too hard. But right here, I'm just adding some texture to fondant. This is gonna be my air balloon, kind of where the teddy bear is gonna be on. Okay, so right here, I'm just wrapping the fondant around a cup, but remember to add fondant to the cup so it doesn't stick to it. Mine did, and I had to start over. Now we're gonna set that aside to harden. And for more details, we're gonna be using these little foam balls. So pretty much I am just adding a toothpick to the foam ball and then dipping it into some chocolate. Remember to tap off all the excess chocolate, and then we're gonna stick it on a foam board. I made them different sizes, and then I also made some blue ones. I had some people suggesting to make cake pops instead of these little foam balls to make them edible, but the thing is that cake pops are pretty heavy, so they wouldn't work on the cake. I think it would just weigh it down, and I didn't want to have any trouble with the cake. But as you guys can see, there's so much that I'm doing before I even start decorating the cake, and this was days before, so make sure that you plan accordingly and don't wait until the last minute. Now that all the foam balls have hardened, we're going to start coloring them with some silver. I'm using silver dust mixed with lemon extract, and I'm just painting the foam ball. I also wanted to add some glitter to it. I should have added it when I added the chocolate, but I didn't think of it. So right here, I'm just adding that silver, and then I'm adding the glitter, and it's stuck on there perfectly. Okay, so now we're gonna set these foam balls aside, and let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so right here, I didn't show you guys how I actually made the balloon, but this was just foam covered in fondant. And honestly, you guys, it was way harder than I thought. I should have sanded the foam before I even added the fondant on it, but it was so late and I couldn't go to the store, and I needed to get this done today. So I mean, I did the best that I could, and then I tried to smooth out as much as I possibly could. But right here, I'm just gluing some, I guess, like diamond chain that I found on Amazon. But okay, so once I removed the cup, this is the little teddy bear that I had made previously. I already showed you guys a video on how to make the little teddy bears. They had already hardened, but I wanted to add some details to the little chair that he was on. So I'm adding a little bit of chocolate, and then I'm adding this piece of fondant around him. Now for added detail, I did add more chain to the little chair. I glued everything with chocolate. I'll also be linking this little chain for you guys because it's so beautiful. Right here, I'm just adding some chocolate, 2 cake pop sticks, and then sticking it on the air balloon, and then we're gonna put that on the cake later. Now that the stars have hardened, we're gonna add this wire on the stars, and I'm cutting them into smaller pieces. I later cut them even shorter than this, but I only added them to some stars, not all of them, and we're gonna put those around the cake later. Now we're gonna use some gold luster mixed with lemon extract, and we're gonna start painting the stars. Once you're done, you're gonna set those aside, and then I wanna show you the teddy bears that I had made. I'll link that tutorial for you guys. They were so cute and they were so fun to make. Now, as you guys can see, I have all the details ready, and now we can start the cake. Okay, so it's gonna be a 2-tiered cake, and right here I'm just cutting up the board for the top tier. I'm not going to show you guys the whole process of frosting the cake, but a tip that I do have for you guys is to run your scraper under hot water to smooth out the sides. Right here, I'm adding the support on the bottom tier using some boba straws, and I ended up using 3. Once that's done, we're going to add our top tier, and I'm just gluing this with a little bit of frosting. Right here, I'm smoothing everything out before I start adding the details. Once our cake is smooth, we're going to place it in the fridge, and now we're going to start working on more details for the cake. So this piece of fondant, I wanted to do it the day of because I didn't want it to harden. So right here, I'm just rolling some blue fondant, and then we're going to kind of make some, I don't know how to call these, little clouds, I guess. And we're going to wrap that around the cake. I wanted to make these clouds the day that I decorated the cake because I didn't want them to harden. But right here, I'm just smoothing the edges so they're not too harsh. And then we're going to put that around the cake, and I'm gluing this with some water. I added one on the bottom, and then I added the second one on top. For the party banner, I was supposed to do this days before, and I got really stressed out because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gonna take me so long. I ended up just printing the banner, and then I put it on top of the fondant, and I just cut it out. So just make sure that you remember to do this days before again, so you're not stressing out over it. Now I'm gluing this on the cake using some water. Now I'm adding a piece of fondant on top of the banner to just complete that part. I got these fairy lights on Amazon. I'll link them down for you guys. They come like, I think it's 11 of them. So it's super cool. We're going to be able to use this for other cakes. But I wrapped that around the cake, and then I'm starting to add the details. I'm gluing as much as I can with chocolate so it doesn't go anywhere. Now this is my favorite part, when it starts coming together and I can just finally see the result. That's why I said, like, when you have all your details already made, you can actually enjoy this part and you don't have to be stressing about doing both at the same time. So in total, I made 3 teddy bears, and 1 is gonna go in the air balloon, 2 are gonna go on the cake. Right here, I'm just adding a whole bunch of stars all over the cake, and I didn't show this part, but I did end up putting the air balloon on top with the cake pops. Now I'm adding the small clouds. They look so cute. I'm so glad that I made so many stars because I felt like it just added that little sparkle on the cake. Okay, so right here I'm turning on the lights, and this cake was so gorgeous, you guys. I was so in love with it. I'm really sad that I wasn't able to take landscape videos the next day because I really wanted to show you guys, but I completely forgot. So these are just the videos that I was able to take. Last minute, I forgot that I had bought this acrylic name for the cake, so I just put that in the middle. I don't know, I felt like it looked better without it, but I didn't want it to go to waste. But as you guys can see, there was so many details behind the cake that were made days before. So again, just make sure that you prepare. But if you guys have any questions, leave them down below for me and I'll be reading them. I also want to show you the cake pops that I made with this order. I will be posting the tutorial soon. It is so easy and so fun to make, but it just completed the whole order. But I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Again, if you guys have any questions, leave them down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you like these type of tutorials. And see you guys on the next one.